Leo, and welcome to another day of LSD Dream Emulator. It's day 15. Wait, is it the 15th? Yes, that's why it's day 15, dumbass. Never mind, let's get started in the dream. And then I'll talk about my dream, and if we got time, maybe I'll talk about, oh, it's a sheep. Oh, we're counting sheep. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're getting faster. 5 sheep, 6 sheep, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. How many did you count? 16? 16, 17, something like that. Like, by the end of it, they were all like, the animation was all blurred together. So that was a short-ass dream. So I suppose we got time to talk about stuff. Yeah, I think those would be the best times to talk about stuff, because now that I've finished talking about my Australian trip, I don't have an awful lot of stuff to talk about. Let's talk about my dream. Right, so I had a dream last night. I feel like I had 2 dreams last night. The first one's irrelevant. So the big dream that I had, it was a little bit of a lucid dream, which is cool. I haven't had a lucid dream in a while. And it was kind of like a, like an open world sandboxy type thing, like GTA or something. But it had a lot of Yakuza, the Yakuza game elements to it. Probably because I spent the majority of yesterday playing Yakuza Zero. Maybe. So anyway, I remember I was on like this hill. Not a hill, like a cliff face. Not unlike, well, if you've watched my playthrough, you would have known. In Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. At the, I don't know the name of the base. But it's the place where you do C2W. Where you gotta knock out the radars. And the way that I usually do it now, maybe not the first time I did it, but the way that I do it now, which is easy, which is you coming from the south, you hug the left cliff face, and you go up a hill, 2 dogs attack you, there might be a landmine there, and then you're on a little cliff face overlooking the base. Imagine that kind of area. But on the south side, there's also like a sort of cliff edge that kind of goes around the cliff as well. And there I was doing, essentially, a submission, a sub-story from Yakuza for this guy who wanted me to find something or do something. I don't remember exactly. But whatever, that was fine. I just put that in my my quest log and moved on. And I don't remember a lot. I remember parachuting twice. Actually, I remember parachuting 3 times. We parachuted for some unknown reason. And then we parachuted again. I was like, oh cool, I can do this multiple times. And then when I went to parachute the 3rd time, the parachute didn't work. And I was like, oh, it's not coming out. It's not coming out. Oh, wait. Maybe the 2nd time it worked was the emergency parachute? That's why it worked? So now I've got no parachutes left. Oh, fuck! And I managed to, like, even... dreams are confusing. But the logic of dreams is confusing. But the parachute was there. But it wasn't, like, fluffing out like, parachutes are supposed to. It was, like, already out, but it was all, like, clumped together. So it wasn't actually opening up. So I was trying to, like, as I was falling, I was trying to, like, swing it to do something, and I couldn't get it to open up, but I was able to, like, sort of, like, angle myself. But I was coming in hard and fast, and I remember hitting the ground really hard, and I probably died. Probably like when we played that Halo, not Halo, but high altitude, low opening parachuting game. I'm pretty sure sponsored by the the American Armed Air Force. It was a VR game. It was like the first VR game that I played. I think it's actually the first VR game in the VR playlist. If you go to my PlayStation VR playlist on my YouTube channel. Anyway, that was a fun game actually. That was amazing. I had lots of fun with that. Maybe that probably influenced the stream, even though it was like 2 weeks ago. Anyway, other stuff happened in the dream, but I don't really remember. I remember being around like a hut that's kind of like on stilts. It really did have vibes of Metal Solid Phantom Pain in it. So this is basically a video game, like, compilation dream. Because it was like, it was like a little bit of Yakuza, that parachuting game, a little bit of Metal Solid Phantom Pain, a little of a feeling of GTA, only a feeling. Because, like, I wasn't driving or anything. I forget the characters, like the people that were in the dream. I feel like there were people that I know from, like, Australia. But I don't really remember that well. Weird dream. Anyway, that was fun. Alright, since we got some more time, let's also talk about how I came back to Japan. I did talk about how I finished Persona 1, didn't I? On the aeroplane? Yeah, you did. Came back to Japan at about... Well, I forget what time we got back to Japan, but we had to wait. We missed, like, the early bus. So we had to wait for, like, the later bus. We ended up arriving at, like, the main train station in my town. Like... it was like 11 to midnight. It was late. And I remember getting off the bus and being like, oh, it's fucking cold. Because it was windy. And yeah, I was waiting for the wife to get a taxi. And I was like, oh, it's cold. Oh, it's fucking cold. Anyway, which is probably why I got freaking whatever I got now, pneumonia or something. Anyway, we took a taxi back home. Because the trains and buses had all finished, which is also annoying. The parents weren't really going to pick us up. So, there's a big bunch of money that we spent as well. On top of all the other bunches of money that we spent on this trip. But hey, we don't go back to Australia that often, so it's good to... whatever. Anyway, so we got back on the 30th? That's right. Like 30th night. Yeah. Wait, wasn't it? No, it was the 30th. It was definitely 100% the 30th, dude. That's where we left in the morning, early morning. Okay. And then 31st I spent unpacking my bags and setting up my PlayStation, VR, and all that fun stuff. Because I wanted to do a stream on New Year's Eve. Which I did. Did I stream on New Year's Eve? I don't remember. I don't think so. I might have. I remember downloading... you know what I do remember? I remember downloading Yakuza Zero and then just flicking through the store and downloading like a whole bunch of free games. And the PlayStation pretty much being inoperable because it was downloading so much shit. But we had New Year's, same thing. I'm pretty sure I've talked about Japanese New Year. This year was less than normal. Brother-in-law didn't come over like he usually does. Just had... did we eat soba? Waifu, did we eat soba on New Year's Eve? Did we eat soba on New Year's Eve? Soba tabata? Yes. Yes? Okay, we ate soba. And then we ate osechi, which is like New Year's food, lunchbox. So some of it I didn't really want to touch, like cognac. What is cognac in English? Is cognac in English just cognac? I don't know, I can't be bothered looking it up. It's like this weird, like, jelly kind of thing. It's gross. It's disgusting. I don't know why people eat it. But the wife made some, like, little sausages and something else that I really enjoyed eating. I forgot what it was. But yeah, it was good times. Oh, fish. Maybe some fish. Bits of fish. I think I might have mentioned that New Year's Day did hardly anything. Yeah. I had a big cleanup too, which is also customary in Japan, although I just wanted to have a cleanup because I wanted to, like, make some space for my stuff. So I basically threw out all of my old like cases for like PS2 games and PS3 games and even PS4 games. I think I left one case just to have a case. I wanted to put a CD into it. I put everything into my big ass CD wallet thing that holds like a bazillion CDs. It's got all my DVDs. It's got all my Evangelion DVDs now. Got all them back. And I got all my PS1 games and PS2 games and Xbox 360 games. One day, you know what? I've been like chomping at the bit, but that was before I had a PS4 and I had Yakuza Zero, to be fair. But I was like, oh god, I really, really want to play Champions of North again. Or, man, I really want to play Marvel Ultimate Alliance again in a form that isn't shit. Like the Steam release. Or the new PS4 release. And I'm like, oh god, but I don't have my Australian PS2 or my Xbox 360. Fuck. So I was like, okay, we're going to Australia this year. I'll get my stuff and I'll bring it back, which I did. And paid through the teeth in excess baggage. Not excess baggage, well, it was excess baggage, sorry. But we bought it in advance. That wasn't that expensive. But it was still fucking expensive. It was still like $160 in total. It's true. Anyway. Yes, anyway. But now that I've got it all here, the big problem is that my Australian PS2, unlike my Japanese PS2, is not universal power. I specifically bought, when I bought my Japanese PS2, because I was living in Australia, I specifically bought, there was a specific model of PS2 that was universal. Which is weird because both of them are the same size and same... No, but the Japanese one, the AC plug for it, it's got one of them little boxes. You know how some plugs have like a little box? That box is the universal power supply. Whereas the Australian one, I think, is just straight up a cord. And the Xbox is the same. So both of those bad boys, even though I've never... the PS4 is currently plugged directly into the AC. Yeah, it's universal. Even though it doesn't say it on the box. But I researched thoroughly. Apparently the PS3 is too. But I haven't taken it out of the... I have a single power converter which cost a fortune. I don't really want to buy any more. So that means if I ever want to play the 360 or the PS3, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to rearrange plugs anyway to fit it through the whole plug. Unless I still need to rearrange plugs, and I could make it easier to just plug it directly to the TV, I suppose. But yeah, I'd have to rearrange all the plugs and stuff to actually play the Xbox. And that's like way too much work that I could be bothered doing when I could just play Yakuza. Well, right now I just want to play Yakuza. The trouble is I'm probably going to be playing Yakuza for the rest of my life now. Because there's so many games. I'm playing through Yakuza Zero. I'm doing it the way, even though I wasn't really intending on doing it this way. Generally with the Yakuza games, I kind of skip. Wait, what was 4? 4 was the skipper. What about of the end? Um, yeah. Okay, so Yakuza 1 came out, and I played that a bit, and then I didn't even know that Yakuza 2 had come out, and then when I got my PS3, I saw Yakuza 3, and I'm like, wait, where's Yakuza 2? So I bought Yakuza 3, and then I had to go find freaking Yakuza 2, somewhere, and I hastily played through Yakuza 2 to get to Yakuza 3. So most of the content, Yakuza 1 didn't have it had a lot of content. One thing Yakuza 1 doesn't have is New Game Plus, which kind of blows. But that's okay. But anyway, Yakuza 2 does. But I just basically played through the game. And I ignored all the hostess bars. I think one time I walked into, my first foray into the hostess bars was I accidentally hit, I think it was, oh fuck, what's the name of it? It's the hostess bar. I don't even know if it's accessible in Zero, but it's the hostess bar at the south of Osaka. It's like across from where Haruka's work is in Yakuza 5. And I just went in there, and I think the guy asked, "Do you want to come in or not?" So I just said yes. And then before I could say, "Oh shit, I've made a wrong decision. Get me out of here," and I tried desperately to get out. Like, let me out. I want to go. And I finally got out. And by the time I'd done that, I was like, yeah, what, $500 lighter? It's like, shit. It's like, I'm not fucking touching that shit again. So I never did the hostess bar stuff. I didn't really do any of the minigames either in 2. I just did the story. And then I went on to 3. Which 3 has a lot of content cut out of it. Like, the hostess stuff is just straight up cut out. In 3, the Western release, yeah, was heavily censored. So, the hostess girl missions are there. You just go to Smile Burger, and they're just there. And they're like, "Hey, do you want to go out on a date?" I'm like, "Okay," and then you do their mission. It's like easiest way, and then you go to the hotel. It's like super easy. It's great because you don't have to do all that stupid hostess bar shit. But the pool was there. Bowling? Was bowling in 3? I want to say yes. Bowling, poker stuff. Yes, it was because I did all the Japanese stuff like koi koi that I hate with a fucking passion, and I did all that game. Did that game to completion. Did I actually finish 4? The trophies, I mean? Well, let me finish. So 3, no, I didn't. Oh, okay, that's right. Because 3 had a trophy for doing all the minigames. Thank God it's in 3, because a lot of the minigames cut out. So I did that. I finished that game to completion. And then 4 came out. And that, thankfully, doesn't have a trophy for minigames. So, fuck the minigames, I say. I'm not doing them all again. I did the stuff that wasn't in 3, like the shogi, and, well, I say I did Mahjong, but I don't think I've ever really I've made attempts at Mahjong, but it's fucking too hard. You just use the cheat items and get the fucking whatever you need to complete it. The massage, which wasn't in 3. Obviously the hostess bar stuff. The make a hostess bar thing that was in 4. What else was in 4? So I didn't do any of the gambling stuff. I didn't do the mini games like the batting center and the bowling and God, what else? Golf. Oh, fucking golf. Yeah. Yeah. Was golf in 4 like it was in? I think so. 5 had the actual driving range. I don't know about 0 yet. I haven't looked into it. 3 actually had like straight up golf. Like a straight up real golf minigame. And it was well, it wasn't a pain in the ass. It was a bit of a pain in the ass. The standard completion was fine, but the Haruka request thing. And in fact, it was a bonus level of Haruka request. It was SSS. Had one of the things, and I never did it, and it's the one thing I haven't done in 3, is you have to do some ungodly score in fucking the golf. And it's so hard, and I'm like, fuck off. You basically need to get like a hole in one. I think you basically need to get like multiple holes in one. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And I tried so many times, and I failed so many times. And I'm just like, fuck you, Haruka. We're done here. Which is why I never really did the Haruka stuff after that. Until 5. Anyway, of the end I started doing all the stuff again, I think. So yeah, 4, I basically skipped all those minigames that I'd already done. I did the new stuff, that's it. I didn't finish all the minigames. Of the end, I feel like I did everything. Yeah, you did. And there was new stuff in of the end, like, what was new in of the end? Well, the new stuff in of the end was the actual straight up gameplay. Oh, the subterranean missions where you go down into like a levels of dungeons and yeah. Whatever. That's fine. It's not really important. And then 5 had tons of new stuff. It had the side stories for everyone, which is like an entirely different game for like every character. Oh man, we had a block. I want to say it's got to be that will be the biggest Yakuza game so far. I don't know about 6 yet, but that game was just so big. Like, you could spend so much time. There was like a new game with every character. It was like a new game, because you do Kiryu, and then he's got the taxi thing, the taxi racing and the taxi missions. And then you get to Seijima, and he's like up in the mountains hunting and killing shit. And then, which takes forever to finish. And then, who was after that? Haruka with her dancing. What did Akiyama do? He didn't really do anything, actually. But did he do anything? Did he? He didn't have a Mocha Hostess thing? No, that wasn't in 5. And then, what's the name with his batting stuff? It was amazing. The game was amazing. And then, yeah, so now 1-0. And, oh yeah, then 5, I did everything, didn't I? I did. Just because I couldn't stop myself. I just wanted to just do everything. Did I do everything? I want to say yes. Shit, dude, I don't know. Wait, did I save already? You saved already, you asshole. Oh shit, I should have done that. You're supposed to save after you finish recording. Sorry, it's fine. I don't remember if I actually did everything in 5. I feel like I did. I did the koi shit. That's like the last thing I really want to do. So I'd say I did. Batting center? I don't know about batting center. Oh yeah, you did. You did the batting center stuff. With the pictures of ladies. Oh, the bombs. Oh yeah. But that stuff was actually pretty fun. I don't know about the batting in Zero. It's weird that the completion is like the normal batting stuff that you do in the other games has nothing to do with the completion. Which I guess is cool. Because I don't want to do that shit. Well, it's different anyway to the other games. But what you do have to do is this stupid gambling bullshit. Say for bowling, you have to do the splits. Split games, which are fucking hard as shit. Yeah. Which I tried a bit, then I lost all my money. I was like, fuck that, I'm going to reload my save. Get my money back. Well, now you got tons of money. That's true. Because I finally unlocked the big thing. I think, well, what I believe to be the big thing At least for Kiryu in Zero, which is the real estate agent thing. That gets you tons of money. I want to like wipe the floor with that, and then just have money coming in constantly. That's my dream. I remember doing that in San Andreas. The gang war shit, where I just wanted to, paint the whole town in my color. And I did it. I did the entire fucking thing. And spoilers, at some point, it's minor spoilers. At some point in the game, all hell breaks loose, and then you instantly lose like all of your territory. And then you have to fucking do it again. I was like, fuck that. Eat my asshole. I did it already. I'm fucking doing it again. Yeah. There's one disappointing thing of the end, which is you can actually, because it's a zombie shooting game, unlike the regular fighting mechanics of the Yakuza series. But you can have like partners that you can take into the zombie fields to help fight with you, and you can actually bring the hostesses that you've maxed out, and you can also dress them up and name them, and it's kind of cool how you can customize them. There's only one problem with that. Well, what's that? The problem is that when you start a new game, the hostess progress is reset, as it is in, I think, all the games. So if you want that hostess again, you have to do the fucking hostessing stuff again. Which, sure, I could. But what I want is to have a clear state, right? And then start a game from that clear state with the hostesses unlocked from the get-go and just use them through the story. As it is, my best option, if I really, unless I really want to unlock the freaking hostesses every single playthrough, which fuck off, what I could do is have a premium, what's it called? Premium adventure mode, which is like the mode where you can just run around. It's not related to the story. Unlock all the hostesses and just have them there, so that I could, just run into the zombie areas and shoot zombies with the girls, and that's it. Which is nothing. Like, I want to use them in the story. But if I want to use them in the story, I have to at least get through enough of the story to unlock the hostess bar. And then I have to unlock her. It's not fucking worth it. It sucks. Whatever. That's the only gripe I have about that game. That and there's an unlockable weapon. I believe it's the rocket launcher, which is a decent weapon. Not as good as the ultimate weapon, which is the freaking satellite laser. But it's only unlockable when you beat whatever the hardest difficulty is. And to do the hardest difficulty, you have to start a fresh save. You can't use a save clear state. So what that means is I played through the game, I unlocked a whole bunch of shit, I did all that hostess stuff, I had pretty much all the weapons made, which is why a few months ago I was trying to unlock all that shit again. So I had all that, and then, the only thing I need to do now is do the hard mode, and then I finished hard mode, I was like, oh, you get a rocket launcher. This is the only way I'm going to get this rocket launcher. I have to keep the save state. And now, I'll have to go through and do everything again. Ugh, which I didn't, obviously. And then I left it in a really messy state of affairs, because I usually like to, if I'm going to put away at a Yakuza game, make my saves nice and neat, so I know exactly what's going on, and it's nice and tidy. But that one, I came back to it a few months ago, just because I felt like playing of the end, or Dead Souls, whatever it's called. And I was like, oh god, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why is it like this? Oh. Oh. Yeah, and then I realized I worked it out, and I'm like, okay. Okay, alright, let's try to do this. And I freaking did everything again. Penniless. Yeah, I'm a sucker for these Yakuza games. You are. But the point that I wanted to make, if we can get back on fucking topic, was, oh god, how long was that tangent? It was a while. Is that I have no interest in playing my Xbox or my Australian PS2 because I've got tons of Yakuza. Jeez, that was ages ago, dude. I know. Yeah, I've got Yakuza Zero to play through, which I'm playing through it slowly. I don't know if I'll do everything. There's a bunch of content and mini games that weren't in previous games. In fact, most of it actually, really. Except the bowling, although the regular bowling isn't actually part of completion. True. You do have to get like 10 strikes or whatever. And then I've got Kiwami, which is obviously just a retelling of the first game. I want to play through the first game just once, just quickly, and then play through Kiwami. But I'm going to play through Kiwami slowly and give it the love and attention it needs. And then next is I suppose 6. Yeah, do them in order because they're like Kiwami and Zero had been out by the time you got the chance to actually play Zero, and because of that, it was a little bit cheaper. That's true. So if you wait, I was thinking about actually skipping Kiwami and going straight to 6 because when does it come out? I don't know if I'll be finished by 0 by the time 6 comes out. Because I could just jump straight to 6 and just leave the Kiwamis for later. But why would I do that when I could play the Kiwami that's been probably a little bit reduced in price, and then wait for 6 later, and that might be reduced in price, and go from there. And then there's 6. Then there's Kiwami 2, which I forget if that's actually been confirmed as an English release. I remember seeing something about it not exactly being confirmed, but I hope it is. And then after that, there'll be more Yakuzas. It's not like Metal Gear Solid. It's not finished. We're not finished yet, brother. Wait, what are you talking about? Metal Gear's not finished? Metal Gear Survive! You know what? That trailer looked interesting. To be fair, I'm not on the hate train that everyone was on for Survive. I mean, sure, poor Hideo Kojima, but whatever, he's got his own company now. And he's making Death Stranding, so it's fine. It's better even, because there he's got more creative freedom. That's true. It just means Metal Gear's gone, but Metal Gear should be gone. Because Metal Gear has nowhere to go now. Anyway. I just wish there was more Phantom Pain. Yeah, I know. But that's what Survive is. Survive is more Phantom Pain. With zombies. And hey, Yakuza with zombies was alright. I'm not oversaturated with zombies. Because I don't play a lot of zombie games. I've only played a little bit of Resident Evil 1. I haven't even finished it. I can't play it. I bought Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 on PS1 Classics on the PS3. And I played as much of it as I could while I was in Australia. But when I came to Japan, the PS1 Classic games don't work. They don't show up. I think it's my TV. Well, I think it's the differences in Japanese TVs and Australian TVs. Like PAL and NS whatever, NTSC, whatever it's called. It's bullshit. But anyway, about zombie games. Yeah, I never really played a lot of them. I didn't really play a lot of Left 4 Dead. What other zombie games are there? There's tons of them. That's the thing. There's tons of zombie games. And that's why most people have been done with them. That's why most people didn't like Dead Souls, Yakuza Dead Souls, because they had been oversaturated with it. Whereas I hadn't, and I thought it was amazing. Running around shooting shit. It's cool. And the rest of the game's Yakuza. It's great. So I could go for some Metal Gear Zombies. Metal Gear Zombies. Metal Gear Z. Yeah, sure. They had V, why not Z? Do you think they're gonna do that? What? You know, it's called Metal Gear Survive, right? Do you think they're gonna change the S into a Z? They're not gonna use. I don't think they're gonna use the word zombie. You reckon? You reckon they're not gonna use the word zombie? They're not zombies. It doesn't matter. There's always some kind of... Well, zombie is a kind of loose definition, you know what I mean? I mean, it can be loosely defined. Because zombies are a real thing. Where it is, there's those bugs that control people. Control animals, rather. Is that a zombie? Is that just a mind control thing? I don't fucking know, dude. I'm not a fucking expert on zombie culture. All I know is I wouldn't mind playing that Metal Gear Survive. The only thing I don't want, what I don't want, is the stupid base building. Not base building, base defense. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like, okay, you gotta survive for 5 minutes. Like, hold off the horde for 5 minutes or whatever. But I think that's a lot of what the game's going to be. I hope that that's like the multiplayer, like co-op multiplayer bullshit. And then the single player can be me just running around, killing zombies, collecting stuff, making stuff. But I feel like, yeah, I'm definitely not buying it on launch. I'll look at some gameplay footage and make a judgment call, because I would love more Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain in whatever form it takes. That's one of the what most people criticize about the game, is that it's basically just Metal Gear Solid 5 assets and the engine, not even the engine, the actual game itself. Just, it's basically like DLC for Phantom Pain, and guess what? That's what I want. Might be a little bit overpriced, maybe. Well, probably not by the time I buy it. But, yeah, that's what I want. I want more of that game. In whatever form you can give it to me. I don't know if I'll ever buy the Definitive Edition. I was going to buy the Definitive Edition, the English version of the Definitive Edition on PS4. Because I had the regular Japanese version of both games on the PS3. I'm sure the PS4 version is better in some capacity. I never really gave a shit. I'm glad I didn't, because I would have had bought a PS4 way earlier than I really should have. What's my next thing I want to say? What is the next thing I wanted to say? The language. Yeah, it would be nice to play through the game in English. I've watched a full playthrough of the game in English, though. And whatever. Who really cares? Honestly, I had a blast with the Japanese version. It was fine. I'm very, very happy that game was fully English language supported. It was just the voices were different. It was amazing. I can't believe they did that. It's the only time I've really seen that. No, I did see that with Onimusha 1, I think. Onimusha 1, I believe, had, like, the ability... I think it actually had the ability to have English voices. I might have made that up. It might have just been you could set it so the text was all in English. I believe Onimusha 4, or Onimusha Dawn of Dreams, rather, actually had both languages in the Japanese release. Which is why it was 2 discs. And then the English release, it was still 2 discs. But you could actually select the Japanese. I think the main reason why you don't get the Japanese audio in a lot of games is because they'd have to pay the Japanese voice actors more. So they're like, fuck it. What was I talking about? What were you talking about? Definitive Edition, yeah. And then the other thing the Definitive Edition has is the DLC that I never bought. I know I just finished talking about how I desperately want DLC for Phantom Pain, but DLC does not mean, like, costumes. I want things to do in the game. I mean, I'm all for costumes and stuff. Hell, I bought a few of them in... Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't buy any costumes in Borderlands 2. Thank God. Although I have a bunch of costumes now, I think. No, the whatever edition, Ultimate Edition, does not cover the costumes, if I remember correctly. It just comes with the other DLC. Oh. Well, fine. Anyway, no, I don't want costumes, I want actual stuff to do. Anyway, the other one is Skyrim. Both the Special Edition and the VR Edition. And I feel like I'm going to have to pick one. Because I did want to play the Special Edition. But if I'm going to pick one, I'll pick the VR. Because VR. Because I have a VR. And it would be fun to play Skyrim in VR. And then I just probably will never actually play the Special Edition. Even though it probably looks... I believe the VR version is not the Special Edition. I assume so. I assume the VR edition is probably similar to the original PS3 version or Xbox 360 version. Just like how the Switch version, I believe, is also the same. Anyway, I'm done for today. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. But for now, my name is Leo, and I'll see you next time.